I'm going to say good morning, assuming you're in New York. Am I
I
correct on that
am.
one?
Yeah.
Well, thank you
How are you?
for taking the time. How's the day going, aside from answering the same questions over and over and over again about peas and carrots?
It's going great. Thank you so much.
Sure. So, how'd
It's a
you wind up in this movie to rudely interrupt you? Did you know Evan?
I did. I met Evan in Fire Island in the summer. We had mutual friends and we were talking on the beach one day and he was talking about this idea for a film and I really latched onto this idea. My husband is in a rock band from the 90s, so I'm very familiar with what happens as we age and we're no longer 20. And what do you do? Can you still be that person? And how does a band look after all those years? And I was very interested in that, the whole story of that band, especially with the relationship of the people being in the band. Yeah.
Right.
As Eric.
I do want to come back to the soundtrack part of it, but the Laurie character that you play, is there much similar between you and the character?
Yeah, I think there is so much. I think I'm less frustrated than she, but she was yeah, very frustrated, I think, or not really frustrated. I think she was just having a really an identity crisis is more an apt characterism of what she was going through. She's I know though that I have two kids and I know like when they were born, it changes your life. It changed everything about my life and it causes a bit of an identity crisis. And that, so mine was earlier when they were young. I think hers was later. And she was like, wait a minute, what happened there? You
Got it.
know?
So, when
And
you were
I think
making
she feels unfulfilled. So I think it's hard as an artist and as an actor. Like you're always looking for something to express yourself. So
Got it. So besides your notability, some of the cast notability and credits and all that, the soundtrack has new music from Marky Ramone, Lee from Sonic Youth, Ryan from Guster, etc. Did you know about those original songs when you had the script or were making the movie, or is this a later on addition?
the songs came later. So yeah, I didn't know about them until I knew parts of them, but they were when we were first talking, they were early information. So I didn't know about them initially. And I have to say, it was really a thrill to meet Lee from Sonic Youth. He was there one of the last days of shooting, and he's just awesome, my childhood hero. So it was like a thrill.
You mentioned Fire Island, which is how you met Evan. Lee is secretly from Long Island. He doesn't really talk about that. Do you have Long Island roots as well, or just the Fire Island roots?
Just the Fire Island roots. Yeah, I'm from Chicago, but I've spent many a wonderful time on Fire Island, so I feel strongly about how beautiful it is there.
So when was Peas and Carrots actually filmed? These days you can't tell where things are filmed or when they were filmed because people have gotten really good with making upstate New York look like different places and so forth.
Yeah, I I'm so bad with this. I want to say 22. I want to say 22.
Got it.
It was a while back. Yeah.
So it was between TV projects, it sounds like.
Yes. For me?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. And different things like that. Yes, exactly. Yes.
got it. So you mentioned your husband earlier. I'm familiar with Sid and his great band and all that. Were
Aw.
you always an indie rock person, or did he get you into that world? You never know with people whether they're diehard music people and they keep it out of the bios, or if they evolve, that kind of thing.
So I always was a diehard music person, and we had indie rock I loved, but like indie rock was really coming of age along with Sid and his band. So, but like truth be told, I saw Sonic Youth in a backyard in high school on a skate ramp.
So SST Records era Sonic Youth.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Wow.
So yeah, I was really young and I went and that was pretty amazing. And I was like, oh my God, what is this? So we used to go, and I used to go to, and this is like, we used to go see Naked Raygun in Chicago. Like I was a huge Naked Raygun fan. So
Yeah,
like I, I
we're
had,
speaking the same language here.
okay, okay, good, good. And I remember I used to see a lot of music. I saw the Water Boys open up for U2 in this tiny, like well, they were, it wasn't that tiny of a room, but it's pretty small for considering who, how big U2 got. And that was like, just like shows like that, just always, I saw Ministry in a high school gym, but it was pre like hardcore metal Ministry. It
Yes,
was that they were
you
doing.
saw eyeliner new wave ministry.
Yes, I loved Eyeliner New Wave Ministry. And I try to explain that to people, and they're like, "What? No, they're like, not that's not their band." I'm like, "Let me play you some music for Ministry that doesn't sound like the Ministry you know. That was the Ministry I loved." Oh my God, someone else who knows that? Thank you.
Yeah, my wife loves the industrial metal ministry, and I love the Halloween
Yes,
pre-industrial ones. And I think Dave Navarro is also a big fan of the pre-industrial. I think the fans are out there. So does that mean that you graduated from indie rock to liking everything, or were you first a Van Halen person that then got into indie rock? In other words, did you start mainstream and then go indie, or indie and then mainstream?
I don't know the answer to that, but I think I was always a little bit indie. I would say with like the Naked Raygun and like Susie and the Banshees and things like that, which were my you know. And then I had a boyfriend who was introducing me to things. I was like, "What? Bruce Springsteen? Who is that?" So it was literally.
So that
um,
answers a lot of questions right there. So you mentioned earlier, tying in with peas and carrots, that motherhood, parenthood really changes everything. Do you still get to go to shows every now and then these days?
I do, I do. In fact, because Sid is still very involved in the music industry, I'm very spoiled in that I get to see a lot of great shows, and I feel really grateful. Okay, here's a question for you. Sorry, Darren, didn't mean to
Please.
turn the Amel and the Sniffers.
Yeah. Great,
Okay,
great band. In my humble opinion, it's all about the live show. The albums are eh. What do you think?
I don't know. In the back seat, I mean, I can listen to that all day long and just like clean my house really fast, stomping around. So I think there are songs that are really amazing, and the live show, for her.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love it. I love it just on the record, on
Is
the,
is she the new Iggy Pop? And I mean that in a good way,
yes, yes, but in a healthy way.
in a healthy
We
way.
I saw them in Malaga because Sid and we had friends that were playing this show there, and we saw them, and I was fortunate enough to meet her, and her bandmates are like Iggy Pop, like they're gonna go all night, and she's like, "No, I'm going back to my." I'm doing an English accent for an Australian. That's
Yes.
terrible. Anyway,
No,
she
no,
went
no.
back
I
with
think
her friends
she's even
and like
confused
hanging
about
out.
her own accent at this point.
Yeah. So yeah, she was like taking care of herself, and I was like, "That's awesome." Well, how mature of her. But she has a big career ahead of her, so got to take care of herself.
Well, I got two questions for you, and then I'll let you go. And the first
Sorry.
one, because you asked me a point of curiosity one, I'm throwing one back to you. I saw a mutual follower that we have on Instagram, which is Ben Weber, the artist management guy who handles Not a Surf. Is that just a coincidence and he's a fan of yours, or do you know who that is?
Uh,
It's
I feel
it's a
like if I say Not a Surf is the band.
yeah, he manages Not a Surf and some other artists.
I don't know. So I'm probably going to say no, I don't know, and then so later be like, "Come on, Ben, we met him at the thing, and then you saw them at the thing, and then the thing, and the thing, and I'll be like, oh yeah."
Well,
So I
what we're
don't know.
learning here is you have fans, because if you know every
Uh-huh.
person that's following you on Instagram, then you don't have fans. But the last question, speaking of that, is are we allowed to know what project is coming next from you, or is it just all under embargoes and wait and keep following you on Instagram and that's it, Amy?
No, I will tell you, I'm starting something tomorrow I'm really excited about. It's a project with Ira Sachs, and it is called The Man I Love, and I'm so excited about it. I play like an Anne Magnuson sort of 80s era artist, and all my scenes are with Rami Malek.
Hmm.
It's with Tom Sturridge is in it, and Eben Moss-Bachrach, and Rebecca
Wow.
Hall, and yeah, it's a really amazing cast. Um, so yeah, I'm super excited, and I start that tomorrow. I gotta sing a song tomorrow. Speaking of music, I gotta sing a song tomorrow.
I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to this project. I'm so glad to hear that you're continuing to do a mix of like big studio and indie, kind of like your music
Oh,
ethos. So, Amy, hey, congrats on Peas and Carrots. Looking forward to what's next. And thanks for taking the time to speak with me today.
I can show you something.
Please.
This, my husband Sid sent me this yesterday. He's like, "Look, your movie is in Variety today." So,
You made variety, no embargoes for you.
my movie, I love that. Yes, thank you so much. And take a listen to In the Backseat again, and you'll have to let me know. Is that good for just in the house or just on the on the stage?
I like to be wrong about things like this. Homework to do. Thank you, Amy.
Good.
Paltrocast.